What's going on? My name is Luis, and God bless every single one of you. Today is July 19, 2024, and welcome to the Real GS News Channel. Alright guys, so we have some urgent information coming out. If you can, please share this video. And we have a big breaking news, red alert, very important update. Emergency services warn that these lines are down across multiple states. So there's more states that's being impacted. Wow. We have more breaking news updates. It's very important to talk about this here, guys. Microsoft IT outage causes one of Sleeping Giant biggest facility chains to cancel all elective surgeries, procedures, and visits. We have very important information updates here. It's we need to pray for a lot of people, especially when it comes to this right here, this facility. When I say facility, I'm talking about hospital, but I'm using the name facility because, again, the platform is really strict. So again, we need to pray for many people in this facility. Multiple facilities are being impacted, more than 50, and the numbers are rising. All right, so us regular citizens, we do have our bank accounts. Everything is good. Those facilities are still, again, getting hit really, really bad. And now we got the three-digit numbers, the emergency number, that's down. So I do believe that we, the Sleeping Giant, are under ATTACK. And I just posted a video not too long ago. You have CISA. Very important agency. They are sounding the alarm. They're letting us know that there are emails that's very important for us not to click on, not to accept certain things, not to download certain things. Now, these emails are basically fake, what do you call them? I forget the name of them, but they basically scammers and cybers. So again, groups, cyber groups. You need to be careful with them. The emails are being sent out, and again, some people just thinking that it's what do you call them? The one that's, again, the one that came out early this morning and said that they are responsible for all this. That they try to update their system. I forget the name of it. World Strike, something like that. Again, I could be wrong, guys, but. Again, be careful with the emails. If you see like emails with a strange name or different type of numbers, do not click on it. Do not open it. Do not download. Again, they're going to tell you that we work for the Sleeping Giant Gov. We want to restore your computer. Stay far away from that. Alright guys, before I start, give this video a big thumbs up. Share this video with your friends, families, and loved ones. I appreciate the love and support. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, once again, the PayPal link and the Patreon link is in the description box. Also, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Sunday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. And for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Alright, let's see what's going on here, guys. Let's see what's going on with this one here. Now, last night, actually early this morning, I think it was 1 a.m., you have multiple states that were hit, but now we have more. Emergency call system in the last 3 states were hit by this outage. Oh, there we go, CrowdStrike. That's the one I was looking for. CrowdStrike, technology outage. Although most major Sleeping Giant cities avoided problems overnight. In Oregon, some 3-digit numbers, emergency number centers, facilities, airports, and public safety and emergency management agency had major effects, said Erin, a spokeswoman for the Oregon Department of Emergency Management. Our IT teams are working very fast to apply the fixes that CrowdStrike has provided, and those impacts are being mitigated quickly, she said, adding that a statewide alert system and public safety incident tracking system were mostly unaffected. Now, we're getting breaking news. The president has been briefed about the outage. All right, so again, he probably don't know what it is, but I should have never said that. I actually apologize. But again, they brief him at the very last minute, like hours later. It's weird because when it comes to what happened Saturday to the leader, again, a 4-5 when he got scraped in the ear, like 2-3 hours later they briefed him, and then with this one here, several hours later they briefed him. But when it came to the RNC, the convention, when he came out, again 30 minutes later, the president came out and says something on his page. All right. Excuse me, guys. It says here, emergency dispatchers in Portland, Oregon, were forced to work without the help of crucial computer system for several hours and had to work manually. All right, so we have Mila, a city spokeswoman, said in a statement, as of 6 a.m., however, the computer system were back to working normally. In Phoenix, the outage affected a computerized emergency number dispatch center. You have the Blue Department official said. But the city's emergency center number was still operating. Dispatchers were still able to field calls. But they had to record communication on paper. The emergency number call center was restored by around about 6 a.m. The Phoenix Blue said. In Alaska, problems began to emerge on Thursday night. Call center across the state for many emergency numbers lines stopped working correctly because of a nationwide technology-related outage, the Alaska State Troopers said on the platform. So you have some dispatcher centers lost use of their digital call system and had to switch to analog phones or rely on other dispatch centers that were still functioning, said Mr. Austin, the communication director for the Alaska Department of Public Safety. So the problems were fully resolved around 4 a.m. local time. Like I said, it happened like around 1. Now, emergency service outages have already affected services this year. In April, residents had problem calling the emergency numbers in parts of Nebraska and Texas. The entire the entire state of South Dakota and Las Vegas were impacted. Last month, emergency agency in Massachusetts scrambled to communicate with the public and directed them to alternative numbers after a firewall unintentionally prevented calls from getting through. The outage on Friday led to a very busy 16 minutes for the San Fran Fire Department between 2:34 a.m. and 2:50 a.m. 20 fire alarms in buildings around the city blared, prompting firefighters to respond to each one. The alarms were all false and apparently caused by the CrowdStrike outage. So, last night, when those emergency numbers, multiple states were hit, see, I'm thinking that it's cyber. But then CrowdStrike came out a few hours later saying that it was their fault. They were updating something and it caused a massive outage worldwide. Now, the big question is, what about Instagram? Who's responsible for Instagram? I don't know if you guys know, but Instagram, people log into their accounts and the first thing they saw were strangers pictures and say, who is this person? But not only that, they were completely, they didn't had nothing on them. Just nothing. People's like, whoa, what is this? and they refresh the page, and there's more pictures of strange people, strangers. So everybody was like, "Wait a minute, my account is private. Who is this person?" So what happened to Instagram? Was that CrowdStrike too? What happened to Instagram? That remains a mystery. A mystery. So a lot of people went on TikTok and said, "Man, I don't know what's going on Instagram, but yeah, there's some strange people popping up in my account," and it just, I don't know, guys. I feel like it might have been a cyber going on right now, but again, it seems like they're using CrowdStrike to cover the situation. Agency is most large cities, however, said on Friday that their emergency communication system were running as usual. The Rotten Apple, the emergency system, was functioning and emergency response was unaffected, a Rotten Apple Blue department said. I'm using code words. Follow me on that one. The authorities in Atlanta, Minneapolis, and Miami also reported that their emergency number system were unaffected. Now we're going to see what's going on here, guys. It's so hard for me to believe that this was a oopsie, made a boo-boo. I just, it's hard for me to believe this here, guys. I mean, this might have been an inside job. We have a Mass General Brigham, one of the biggest healthcare system in the sleeping giant, has axed all non-urgent visits, procedures, and surgery amid a global IT failure. Once again, the facility were thrown into warning overnight when the outage took out Windows system around the world, knocking computers and other devices offline and forcing staff to revert to pen and paper, going back to the 80s. Once again, you have this facility in Boston which sees 2.5 million patients a year, and a 15 facility and clinic said it will only provide care to patients who have urgent problems. You have Tufts Center and South Shore Health, also in Boston, were also experiencing issue linked to the global tech outage. But the issue extends well beyond Massachusetts. Hundreds of facilities are thought to be impacted by the issue. Hundreds? Last time I heard was 51. And I heard it's going to continue going up. Frightened staff, I'm just going to say staff, and patients in the facility across the United States are documenting the events inside the facility caused by a major worldwide IT outage on the platform. We have dedicated every available resource to resolve this issue as quickly as possible, and we apologize for the inconvenience this has caused our patients, Mass General Brigham said. It is our highest priority to ensure that our patients receive the safest care possible. And spokesperson added, we continue to care for all patients currently receiving care in our facility. In the Rotten Apple Mount Sinai system, which operates 7 major facilities in that region in Long Island, as well as dozens of specialty and outpatient clinics across the 5 borough, has seen its computer system go down because of this event. Man, I don't know, guys. It's just hard for me to believe that this was a updated data issue. I just feel like I do feel like we are under ATTACK. It's just hard to believe that this was a oops boo-boo. I'm sorry, it's just a little tiny boo-boo. I made a mistake. I was just updating the system and everything went down. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, again, is there going to be consequences? Is someone going to get cut for this? Workers throughout the institution, which is ranked as one of the best in the country, have had to move to pen and paper going 1980s. Employees at the Kernel and the Rotten Apple also says some of their system went down. The Rotten Apple, I'm going to skip that name, which oversees a well Kernel facility in Colombia, and the Rotten Apple said its facility have not been directly impacted by the outage, and its facility are continuing to operate normally. The system is also working with its partner, the healthcare facility, to assist the impact to their outpatient services. All right, so you guys get the picture here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, excuse me. But, yeah, look at this one here. This here breaks my heart. This one here, because there's a lot of young ones, too, we need to pray for. Many, many young ones. Once again, you have this region here, the Young Ones facility, told the news patients may continue to arrive for surgery or appointments, but should be prepared to experience delays. We're praying for the young ones. So you guys get the picture here. Look at this one. Look at this. Other facility system affected include the Cleveland Clinic and all these regions here. In Texas. Also you have NY. Once again, more in Texas. The nationwide Young Ones facility. Ohio State University. I mean, again, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, that this could last for weeks. All right, this here could last for a couple of weeks. And then yeah, like I say, guys, I do feel like it was certain groups that did this. So I'm gonna skip the rest of this here, guys. I will share the link on my Twitter page. But this is where we are right now. The issues seem to impact PCs running on Microsoft Windows 10. Look at this part right here. In one TikTok video, a woman in a breathing mask suggests her electronic, I'm going to skip this name here, guys, records could not be accessed, leaving her unable to get the correct meds. In another, you have staff can be heard shouting with panicked voices as the camera pans to a computer that has been knocked offline and is showing a solved cause screen of, oh man. You have some patients out there screaming and everything. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? Meanwhile, a nurse in Orange County, California, detailed how staff have had to revert to pen and paper, using iPhones to retrieve patients and prescribe DRUGS, raising the risk of errors. Once again, the provider said Epic self-deleting off Microsoft computer whenever they are restarted, and as quickly as they turn on, the computer go back down. Wow. Also thrown into this event were the emergency numbers, and we just talked about that. The emergency number and non-emergency call center, which are not working correctly across multiple states. Unbelievable. Come on. You mean to tell me this was just a little boo-boo, a mistake? Well, it has not been attributed to a site. I find it hard to believe that, because this sounds like cyber. So while it's not, again, while it has not been attributed to a cyber or other groups in previous instances, when the facility computer system have gone down, patient previously, dailymail.com, they were denied certain stuff. I'm gonna skip that one there, guys. So it says, and in one case, a ninth young one lost her LIFE. My deepest condolence and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. A young one has passed. Please pray for many, many, many out there, especially the young ones facility. Someone's gonna have to be held responsible for this. They're saying it's not a cyber. It just CrowdStrike made a mistake, I guess, and they were updating something and poof. But guys, I made tons of videos when it comes to cyber. This sounds just like cyber. Everything, stories and everything. By the way, the cybers, they're taking advantage now. So this is why the CISA agency is sounding the alarm, telling us not to be opening certain emails because there's some stuff, again, we need to be aware of. So again, please share this video and please continue to pray for many, many out there. The facilities are impacted. I got friends and families in New Jersey. They said that it's impacted. They work in the hospital. Is impacted. Also, some of the emergency numbers are impacted too across the states, multiple states. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Once again, for those of you that want to give a life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path, and that's the path of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.